weary traveler to a quiet moment just for you. As the day's echoes fade, find your most comfortable sanctuary, whether nestled in soft blankets or resting gently against a cushion. Allow your shoulders to soften, your jaw to release, and your breath to become a slow, peaceful current, flowing in and out like the gentle tide. There is nothing left to do now but to listen, to let the soft rhythm of words guide you toward the tranquil spaces of your mind. You are safe here, gently held as we begin our journey tonight. We find ourselves now at the very edge of a place whispered about in ancient tales, a sacred space known as the Whispering Grove of Lyra. The air here is cool and sweet, carrying the faint, soothing scent of night-blooming jasmine and damp earth. Overhead, a crescent moon hangs like a delicate silver earring in the deep velvet sky, casting long, soft shadows through the ancient, gnarled trees that stand as silent sentinels, guarding the grove's entrance. Their leaves, thick and dark, seem to hold secrets from forgotten eras, rustling softly with every passing breath of wind. Distant crackle of a gentle campfire, a path worn smooth over countless quiet centuries, winds invitingly deeper into the grove. It is not an imposing path, but a gentle invitation, lined on either side by smooth, moss-kissed stones that seem to glow faintly in the pale moonlight. The ground beneath feels soft, covered with a carpet of cool, springy moss. As you gaze inward, past the embracing branches, you can just make out the glimmer of something pale and still in the distance, perhaps an ancient stone or a quiet pool reflecting the moon. A faint, distant scent of wood smoke drifts on the cool air, hinting at warm hearths beyond the ancient trees. This is the first glimpse of Lyra's sanctuary, a place of profound peace where myths gently reside. The scent of wood smoke grows a little stronger now, a gentle invitation carried on the evening breeze. You find yourself at the edge of a sacred grove, ancient trees standing like silent sentinels, their branches interwoven overhead to form a natural, hushed canopy. Moonlight, filtered through the thick leaves, paints shifting silver patterns on the soft, moss-covered ground beneath your feet. Each step here feels cushioned, a quiet reverence rising from the earth itself. The only sound is the nearly imperceptible rustle of distant leaves, like a whisper from the past. Through a natural archway formed by two venerable oak trees, a subtle light begins to glow. It is not the harsh light of a fire, but a soft, warm luminescence, hinting at something ancient and welcoming within. The air here feels cooler, imbued with a deep stillness that whispers of forgotten stories and sleeping magic. As you draw closer, the canopy thins, revealing the first true structure of Lyra's sanctuary. It is a series of weathered, pale marble steps, almost absorbed by the earth, leading gently upward. Vines, like graceful ribbons, twine around crumbling balustrades, their green contrasting softly with the stone. A low, rounded archway carved into the rock face emerges, almost hidden behind the last of the ancient oaks, beckoning you further into the quiet heart of this mythical place. Above it, faint, almost erased carvings hint at celestial maps and constellations, a silent testament to the ancient wisdom held within. There's a sense of timelessness here, a place where the passage of ages has only deepened its quiet beauty. This is where the myths rest, woven into the very fabric of the stones and the hushed air. The air within the temple entrance, cool and still, invites you further inward. Your steps, if you were walking, would make no sound on the polished, ancient marble worn smooth by countless years. The grand archway, hinting at secrets, leads to a spacious hall where tall, slender columns rise gracefully towards a vaulted ceiling. Each column is etched with faint, swirling patterns, like whispers of ancient winds or the gentle currents of forgotten rivers, their edges softened by time. As you gaze, the soft, diffused light, perhaps filtering from high, unseen windows or glowing crystals embedded in the upper walls, bathes the hall in a tranquil glow. It illuminates the intricate carvings that adorn the smooth, cool stone walls. Here, you can discern depictions of constellations wheeling across a timeless sky, and figures of gentle deities watching over the sleeping world with serene expressions. You notice one carving in particular, a magnificent celestial map covering an entire section of wall. Tiny, luminous points of light stars are meticulously etched into the stone, forming both familiar and long-forgotten patterns, each one a silent story. There's a quiet hum here, not of sound, but of deep peace, a resonance from the countless stories held within these walls. The vastness of the hall feels comforting, like being cradled within the heart of an ancient dream. A gentle, almost imperceptible warmth seems to emanate from the aged stone itself, a warmth that has absorbed countless sunrises and shared its silent vigil with the moon through millennia. This profound stillness, this quiet presence, invites you to simply be, and to let your thoughts drift like slow-moving clouds across that intricately etched, starlit ceiling, as if you too are becoming a part of the temple's quiet, eternal slumber. Your gaze gently lowers from the cosmic tapestry above, allowing the vastness of the sacred hall to slowly reveal itself. Tall, slender marble columns rise gracefully from the polished floor, reaching towards the silent heavens depicted on the ceiling. Their surfaces, cool and smooth, catch the faintest glimmer of light filtering in from unseen openings high above, creating long, soft shadows that stretch across the wide, ancient space. A soft, almost imperceptible breeze whispers through the temple, carrying with it the scent of old stone and perhaps a distant hint of earth and dew. It rustles nothing, but its presence is felt, a gentle, timeless breath within these hallowed walls. Your steps, if you were to take them, would be cushioned by the immense quiet, each movement absorbed by the thick, cool air. Along the inner walls, between the towering columns, are niches carved with simple, elegant lines. Some hold small, unlit braziers, their cold metal now silent witnesses to countless ages. Others cradle-weathered, stone tablets, their surfaces worn smooth by time, their ancient symbols almost entirely faded into the very texture of the stone. Each one tells a story not with words, but with the quiet endurance of its form. The very air here feels ancient and still, a deep, comforting hush that settles around you. You might notice a single, faint glow emanating from a distant corner of the hall, a warm, steady pulse of light that hints at a serene, hidden chamber further within the temple's heart. It beckons gently, not with urgency, but with the soft promise of further quiet discovery, inviting your thoughts to drift toward its soft radiance. The air near the threshold of the hidden chamber is still and cool, carrying a faint, sweet scent of ancient earth and forgotten blossoms, mingling with something almost metallic, yet soft. As you step softly inward, the gentle radiance grows, not from a single source, but as if the very air itself holds a muted inner light, a soft luminescence that outlines the circular room. This chamber is carved from the same pale, smooth stone as the main temple, but here the walls are adorned with delicate, spiraling patterns, almost like ripples on a serene pond, or the gentle swirling of distant nebulae. Soft, distant echo at the very heart of this tranquil space, nestled in a slight depression in the floor, rests a circular basin of water. It is not ordinary water, but a liquid that shimmers with an ethereal, soft blue-green glow, reflecting the intricate carvings on the chamber ceiling above. This pool, perfectly still and unmoving, seems to hold the quiet wisdom of ages within its luminous depths. Around its smooth, cool rim, small, elegant braziers stand, unlit, their cold stone shapes adding to the timeless stillness, patiently awaiting a forgotten ritual. A single, slender beam of moonlight finds its way through a narrow, high-set aperture far above, casting a pale silver ribbon across a section of the shimmering water. This touch of moonglow makes the gentle luminescence within the pool pulse almost imperceptibly, like a slow, sleeping heart. This is a place of profound peace, a sanctuary untouched by the passage of countless seasons. The silence here is deep and welcoming, broken only by the soft whisper of your own breath. Amidst this gentle glow and these ancient symbols, the weight of the outside world simply dissolves, leaving only a quiet, luminous calm. You are a silent observer, letting the serenity of this hidden pool wash over you, preparing your mind for deepest rest. The gentle glow of the hidden pool continues to emanate a soft, ethereal light, reflecting the silent stillness of the underground chamber. The water's surface, perfectly undisturbed, mirrors the subtle contours of the smooth stone around it, creating an illusion of infinite depth and peace. You linger for a moment more, feeling the tranquil energy softly settle within you, a quiet calm washing over every thought. Soft water lapping sounds slowly, almost imperceptibly. The light begins to shift, not fading, but guiding. A subtle shimmer appears just beyond the pool's edge, a faint, inviting path opening deeper into the sacred grove. It feels less like a conscious decision and more like a gentle drift, as if the very air itself carries you onward. The smooth stone gives way to soft, cool earth, cushioned by layers of ancient moss that absorb every sound. Overhead, the canopy of colossal, age-old trees weaves a complex tapestry of shadow and filtered moonlight. Each leaf seems to hold a tiny, silver dewdrop, catching the faint luminescence and scattering it into 1,000 tiny sparks. The air grows cooler here, carrying the faint, earthy scent of damp soil and ancient bark, a smell that speaks of deep roots and forgotten time. You notice the quiet murmur of unseen streams, a hushed whisper that blends seamlessly with the soft rustle of leaves high above. There are no harsh edges here, only soft transitions and gentle curves. The path, barely visible, winds through the colossal trunks, inviting you to follow its tranquil course. Every step feels deliberate, yet effortless, leading you deeper into the heart of this sacred, moonlit sanctuary, where time itself seems to slow, embracing a profound and timeless stillness. Air within this sacred space is cool and pure, carrying the faint, sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine and damp earth. Overhead, the canopy of ancient trees forms a vaulted ceiling, interwoven with shimmering moonlight that filters down in intricate patterns upon the forest floor. You notice the pathways here are not paved, but gently worn earth, softened by centuries of quiet footsteps. Moss-covered stones peek through the ground, hinting at forgotten foundations beneath. Soft, distant chirping of unseen night birds as you proceed. The path widens slightly, opening into a small clearing. In its center stands a majestic, gnarled oak, its branches reaching skyward like ancient arms, silhouetted against the pale, glowing moon. Its bark is deeply furrowed, holding the wisdom of ages, and a soft, ethereal luminescence seems to emanate from its very core, casting long, peaceful shadows. Around its base, smooth, time-worn stones are arranged in a gentle circle, perhaps an ancient place of contemplation or offering. The only sounds are the whisper of a breeze through the leaves and the almost imperceptible rustle of unseen creatures settling for the night. This clearing feels like the very heart of the sanctuary, a place where the veil between worlds is thin and the spirit of the ancient myth lingers. You find yourself drawn to one of the smooth stones, its surface cool and inviting, as if beckoning you to rest for a while. light from the majestic oak seems to infuse the entire space with a gentle, protective glow, wrapping around you like a soft, warm blanket, inviting deep and tranquil repose. The ancient oak stands as a silent sentinel, its gnarled branches reaching out, each leaf a soft murmur in the quiet air. As you continue to rest beneath its vast canopy, you notice the subtle shimmer of moonlight filtering through the leaves, casting dancing patterns on the mossy ground. The air is cool and clean, carrying the faint, sweet scent of damp earth and unseen blossoms. Around the base of the mighty tree, stones worn smooth by centuries of reverence form a natural, low-lying border, almost like an embrace. It feels as though this sacred space has been prepared for quiet contemplation for an eternity. A soft, almost imperceptible current of air stirs the lower branches, creating a gentle, rhythmic swaying, a natural lullaby. You might notice a small, winding path, barely visible beneath a carpet of fallen leaves and soft moss, leading deeper into the grove. It beckons with a sense of ancient peace, not urgency, hinting at further quiet discoveries. This path is not meant for hurried footsteps, but for slow, mindful wandering, should you choose to explore its gentle curves. For now, the deep, secure embrace of the great oak is enough, a sanctuary of stillness where time seems to slow, almost to a halt, allowing worries to simply dissolve into the night air. Beyond the immediate shelter of the tree, the grove stretches out, a tapestry of shadow and silver light. Old, stately trees stand in quiet congregation, their forms softened by the moon's gentle glow. Their branches intertwine overhead, creating a natural vaulted ceiling for this open-air temple. Occasionally, you hear the soft hoot of a distant owl, a sound that seems to echo the profound quiet, or the delicate rustle of a small creature moving softly through the undergrowth. These natural sounds only deepen the sense of calm rather than disturbing it. There is a deep, abiding quiet here, a sense of belonging to something vast and ancient and profoundly peaceful. Your breath slows, matching the gentle rhythm of the night as you drift further into this tranquil embrace, held safely within the heart of the sacred grove. The air in the sacred grove, cool and clean, carries the faintest scent of damp earth and ancient leaves, mingling with a hint of something faintly floral, perhaps from unseen night-blooming blossoms. Moonlight, filtered through the thick, interwoven canopy above, paints shifting patterns of silver and shadow on the forest floor. You notice a subtle path beneath your gentle steps, almost swallowed by soft moss and fallen pine needles winding ever so gently between the colossal tree trunks. It doesn't feel like a path made by many feet, but rather a memory of one, etched by time and reverence, a quiet invitation. Each step is soft, hushed, as if the very ground encourages quietude and stillness. The rustle of distant leaves becomes a continuous, soothing lullaby, and the occasional, soft hoot of an owl melts almost imperceptibly into the profound stillness of the night. As you follow this forgotten, winding trail deeper into the grove, the dense trees begin to thin slightly, leading you towards a small, peaceful, open clearing. In its very center stands a collection of weathered, smooth stones, rounded by ages of gentle rain and wind, arranged in a quiet, harmonious circle. These stones feel ancient, perhaps marking a place of quiet contemplation or ancient gathering, long, long ago. A single, magnificent ancient oak, even grander and wider than the surrounding trees, watches over these silent stones, its lowest, gnarled branches gracefully draped with soft, luminous moss that glows faintly in the moonlight. A small, almost imperceptible stream trickles nearby, its delicate, rhythmic murmur a gentle counterpoint to the night's profound hush. This quiet sanctuary, seemingly untouched by the passing of countless seasons, invites a deep sense of peace, a feeling of being completely present in a moment that has existed for millennia. The energy here is soft, ancient, and undeniably comforting, like a whispered secret shared only with the deepest, most tranquil parts of the night. The ancient energy seems to guide you, not with force, but with a gentle pull deeper into the heart of this sacred space. Perhaps it is a grove, where trees with bark like ancient scrolls stand sentinel, their branches interwoven like silent guardians. Or perhaps it is a quiet, open-air temple courtyard, where polished stones reflect the soft, ethereal glow filtering through the canopy above. The air here is still, carrying the faint, sweet scent of unseen blossoms and damp earth. A soft breeze, almost imperceptible, stirs the leaves just enough to create a hushed, rhythmic whisper, a lullaby from a time long past. Your steps, if you were to take them, would be silent on the moss-covered ground or the smooth, cool flagstones. There's a sense of profound peace, a quietude that absorbs all worries, leaving only the gentle thrum of this ancient presence. You might notice the way the dappled moonlight, or perhaps starlight, dances on the dew-kissed leaves, each tiny droplet catching the light like a miniature pearl. Or perhaps your gaze drifts to a half-hidden alcove draped in vines, where a tiny, soft light pulses almost imperceptibly, a silent beacon of calm. This space holds stories, not in words, but in the very fabric of its being, in the gentle curve of a stone bench worn smooth by ages, or the patient growth of a gnarled root around a forgotten relic. Everything here breathes a slow, unhurried breath, inviting you to do the same, to simply be. Everything here breathes a slow, unhurried breath, inviting you to do the same, to simply be. As your breath deepens and softly steadies, a faint, almost imperceptible gleam catches your eye. It comes from a small, clear pool, nestled in a natural hollow carved into the temple's enduring stone floor. The water is so still, so undisturbed, that it perfectly mirrors the faint, diffused moonlight filtering through a high, narrow opening far above. This pool is not deep, but its surface holds a serene, liquid stillness. Around its edges, delicate mosses, soft as velvet, cling to the ancient stone, thriving in the cool, constant dampness. A few tiny, almost translucent ferns unfurl their fronds, reaching gently towards the quiet light. They seem to grow from stories themselves, rooted in the very fabric of this forgotten sanctuary. Looking closer, you might notice patterns at the bottom of the pool, not carved, but naturally formed by countless eons of water flowing and shaping the stone. They resemble ancient script, unreadable yet profoundly meaningful. Whispers from a time when the world was young and gods walked among mortals. The faint ripple of air barely disturbs the reflection, making the moon above seem to shimmer on the water's surface, a distant, silver eye gazing down. There's a purity here, an elemental calm. The water is cool and clear, offering a sense of renewal, a quiet invitation to simply observe without needing to understand. Just this gentle mirroring of the sky, this silent growth, this ageless stone, all conspiring to hold a space of absolute peace, a hush that settles deep within your own quiet heart. Allow yourself to rest within this tranquil gaze, carried by the subtle magic of the ancient world. The subtle magic of the ancient world continues to enfold you, a gentle current carrying you deeper into its timeless embrace. Imagine the air itself, soft and still, whispering tales untold through the silent halls of an age-old sanctuary. Here, the light filters through high, narrow apertures, casting long, soft-edged shadows that dance with the dust motes in the quiet air. These ancient stone walls, cool to the touch if you were to reach out, are adorned with faded frescoes depicting peaceful scenes of mythical beings tending to celestial gardens, or silent figures gazing up at constellations long since rearranged in the night sky. Each stroke of the unseen artist's brush speaks of patience and reverence, of a world in harmony with cosmic rhythms. No urgent sound breaks the serene silence, only perhaps the distant, almost imperceptible murmur of a hidden spring, or the soft rustle of leaves from a sacred grove just beyond an open archway. The very ground beneath you feels ancient, worn smooth by countless years of quiet reverence, yet it offers a comforting, steadfast presence. You are simply observing, allowing this deep sense of calm to wash over you, knowing there is no need to understand, only to simply be. The patterns in the stone, the soft luminescence of the air, the deep, abiding quiet all conspire to create a haven where worries gently dissolve, leaving only tranquility in their wake. This ancient space cradles you, a sanctuary woven from myth and stillness, inviting you to deeper rest. The ancient space you now inhabit hums with a deep, resonant stillness, a quiet melody of ages past. Its stone walls, cool and smooth to the touch, seem to breathe with stories untold, each carved detail a whisper of forgotten lore. You find yourself gently drawn further inward, past soaring marble columns that reach towards a vaulted ceiling, adorned with faint, swirling patterns that resemble distant constellations. The air here carries the faint, clean scent of old stone and something subtly earthy, like moss thriving in perpetual twilight. Your steps, if you were to take them, would be cushioned by the profound hush of this place. There are no harsh edges here, only soft curves and polished surfaces reflecting the subdued, ethereal glow that seems to emanate from the very fabric of the temple. A narrow, arched passage appears before you, beckoning with an understated elegance. Beyond its threshold, a soft, diffused light hints at a new, tranquil vista. As you drift through this archway, the corridor opens into a serene, circular chamber. In its center, a shallow pool of water reflects the soft light, its surface unrippled, perfectly still. Around the pool, ancient, intricately carved stone benches invite quiet contemplation. Above, a small, open oculus in the ceiling allows a single, slender beam of moonlight to pierce the darkness, painting a silver path down to the water's surface. This chamber feels like a heart of the sanctuary, a place where time itself pauses, holding only peace. The silver path of moonlight shimmers gently on the water's calm surface, inviting your gaze to follow its subtle dance. Soft, distant water drips the water itself, so still moments ago, now seems to breathe with the faint currents of some unseen flow, creating soft, slow ripples that expand outward, carrying the moon's reflection in fragmented, glittering pieces. The air here is cool and clean, carrying the faint, earthy scent of ancient stone, and perhaps a whisper of something oceanic, distant, and pure. This vast chamber, open to the night sky through its hidden aperture, feels deeply ancient, its very stones imbued with centuries of quiet reverence. Along the edges of the water, massive, unadorned pillars rise, their surfaces smooth and cool to the imagined touch, reflecting the pale light from above with a soft sheen. They stand like silent guardians, holding the weight of the sanctuary and the secrets it cradles. Above, the distant night sky, glimpsed through the opening, is a velvet tapestry scattered with pinprick stars, adding to the feeling of cosmic connection within this earthly haven. As your eyes gently drift away from the mesmerizing water, you might notice the faint etchings on some of these pillars, subtle symbols worn smooth by time, perhaps depicting celestial patterns or stylized waves. They are not meant to be deciphered, but simply to exist, adding to the silent narrative of this sacred place. The only sound is the gentle, rhythmic lap of the water against the unseen edge of the chamber, a soft lullaby in the profound stillness. You are simply present, enveloped in this serene, moonlit embrace, where every element speaks of enduring peace, inviting you to simply rest and absorb the quiet wonder. As the stillness deepens around you, the gentle moon high above continues its silent vigil. Its soft glow filters down through the ancient canopy of a sacred grove, casting intricate patterns of light and shadow upon the forest floor. Each leaf seems to hold a tiny bead of silver, shimmering faintly as a barely perceptible breeze whispers through the branches. You observe how the dappled moonlight traces the smooth, worn surfaces of moss-covered stones which lie scattered among the gnarled roots of immense, silent trees. These stones, perhaps remnants of a forgotten path or a long-fallen shrine, seem to hum with a quiet, ancient energy. The air here is cool and clean, carrying the faint, earthy scent of damp soil and unseen night-blooming flowers. It is a breath of profound peace that fills this space. The only sounds are the soft, rhythmic rustle of leaves high above, like a distant, soothing lullaby, and perhaps the very gentle, far-off call of a nocturnal bird, a sound that only accentuates the immense quiet. Ahead, the moonlit path unfurls itself, not in a hurry, but with a serene invitation. It beckons you deeper into the heart of this tranquil sanctuary, where time itself seems to slow, held captive by the ancient wisdom of the trees. There is no need to rush, no destination to reach, only this moment of quiet observance. Each massive tree trunk stands as a silent guardian, their branches reaching like ancient arms towards the celestial tapestry above, holding countless stories whispered over millennia. You are simply moving gently, letting the calm presence of the grove envelop you, guiding you deeper into slumber. The air in the sacred grove grows even softer, carrying the faint, earthy scent of damp moss and ancient roots. Your steps are light, barely disturbing the scattered leaves that cushion the ground beneath your feet. Above, the canopy of ancient trees forms a living dome, occasionally parting to reveal slivers of the night sky, still shimmering with stars that seem to hum with distant, mythic energies. You find yourself drawn towards a natural clearing, where the trees seem to step back, creating a circular space. In the very center, bathed in the soft glow filtering through the leaves, stands a single, weathered stone altar. It's not grand or imposing, but rather a simple, smooth block of granite, worn smooth by centuries of wind and rain. Around its base, delicate, phosphorescent flowers bloom, casting a gentle, ethereal light that pulses softly, almost like a sleeping heart, illuminating the moss-covered stones nearby. The silence here is profound, broken only by the rustle of leaves in a barely there breeze, and the distant, murmuring song of a hidden stream. This place feels like a quiet heart of the grove, a spot where time itself slows, allowing ancient whispers to linger. Imagine the moonlight, now a soft silver, painting patterns on the altar surface, highlighting the tiny, intricate patterns of moss that cling to its sides. You can almost feel the presence of gentle, unseen guardians, ancient spirits of the wood, watching over this tranquil sanctuary. There's no need to rush, no need to do anything, but simply exist in this peaceful space, letting its quiet magic wrap around you, drawing you deeper and deeper into rest. The starlight still twinkles above, a silent blessing over this hallowed ground. The gentle whisper of the night breeze becomes a soft, rhythmic lullaby, carrying with it the faint scent of ancient stone and the delicate perfume of blossoming night jasmine. You feel as though you are a part of this sacred canvas, not merely an observer, but a quiet presence woven into the fabric of the starlit grove. Gentle wind chimes sound as your gaze softly traces the familiar patterns of the overhead constellations. A subtle shift occurs in the immediate surroundings. The ground beneath you, previously a soft, earthy trail, now gently transitions. Smooth, worn flagstones begin to emerge from beneath the trailing foliage, guiding your attention deeper into the very heart of this ancient grove. These stones, cool and smooth, are etched with faint, almost imperceptible symbols that seem to glow with a soft inner light under the distant starlight. Perhaps they are ancient blessings, or the forgotten names of earth deities whispered by the wind through the ages. This isn't a swift journey, but a slow, almost imperceptible drift, allowing each detail to unfurl at its own peaceful pace. The ancient trees, tall and wise, gracefully part just enough to reveal glimpses of what lies further within. Through the gaps, you catch sight of faint, ethereal glows emanating from moss-covered pillars, hinting at structures older than memory itself. Their surfaces are textured, rich with history, softened by countless seasons of gentle rain and starlight. Each silent moment you spend observing, each gentle breath you take, is a deeper immersion into this ancient, peaceful realm. The air itself feels imbued with a tranquil reverence, a deep, abiding calm that invites you to release all thoughts and simply exist. Allow the quiet magic of this place to hold you gently as you drift further and further into the serene embrace of the night, knowing you are safe and deeply at peace. The quiet magic of this place continues to hold you, a gentle current carrying you deeper into tranquility. You feel the soft, cool air against your skin, a soothing caress that whispers of ancient stones and deep, undisturbed rest. As you settle further, the subtle scent of old cedar and dried blossoms drifts on the air, an aroma of forgotten times and perpetual calm. Your gaze, if it wanders, might follow the soft, ethereal light that filters through high, arched windows. It casts long, dancing shadows across the polished marble floor, illuminating dust motes that sparkle like tiny, falling stars in the stillness. Each shadow stretches and contracts with an almost imperceptible breath, a silent rhythm that lulls the senses. Ahead, a gentle curve in the temple's path beckons, leading you into a chamber even more hushed than the last. Here, the walls are adorned with faded frescoes depicting scenes of constellations, guiding ancient mariners across placid, starlit seas. The figures are serene, their expressions lost in timeless meditation, mirroring the peace that now surrounds you. In the center of this quiet alcove, a single, unlit brazier stands, its cold, hammered bronze gleaming softly in the dim light. Around its base, smooth, river-worn stones are arranged in a circular pattern, each one bearing a faintly etched symbol, perhaps a forgotten blessing or a quiet promise of restful slumber. No flame burns here, only the residual warmth of countless ages and the profound silence that has settled into every crevice. This chamber feels like a pause, a moment suspended between waking and dream. The ancient images on the walls seem to watch over you, their silent vigil a comfort, guiding your mind to release all lingering thoughts. You are simply present, enveloped by the stillness, allowing the gentle currents of this sacred space to guide you into profound and peaceful sleep. The profound peace that settles upon the sacred space is like a soft, invisible blanket, gently enfolding you. Every corner of this ancient hall seems to hum with a quiet energy, an echo of centuries of whispered reverence and tranquil thought. The air itself feels ancient, clean, and still, carrying the faintest scent of old stone, dried herbs, and distant, cool night air. As you rest here, eyes softly closed or gazing into the dimness, a sense of timelessness washes over you. There is no rush, no urgency, only the quiet rhythm of the ancient world breathing around you. Perhaps a faint shimmer catches your attention, a soft, ethereal glow emanating from a distant alcove. It's not a bright, jarring light, but rather a warm, golden haze, like sunlight filtered through thick, aged parchment, or the last embers of a forgotten hearth. You don't need to move, not unless you wish. The light seems to draw the very air into its gentle embrace, making the surrounding shadows feel deeper, yet never threatening. It highlights the subtle carvings on the walls, patterns of leaves or stars that seem to dance in the soft illumination. A sense of deep calm permeates everything, inviting your mind to drift further away from daily concerns. This light, so ancient and serene, seems to guard the tranquility of this place. It is a beacon of peace, not for guidance, but for quiet contemplation and eventual rest. You simply observe, allowing its gentle warmth to soothe any remaining tension in your body. Every breath becomes a soft sigh, each exhalation carrying away a layer of wakefulness, replacing it with the profound quiet of this hallowed ground. The soft, slow pulse of this ancient wonder encourages your own heart to slow, your thoughts to still, leading you deeper into the peaceful embrace of sleep, the profound quiet of this hallowed ground. The soft, slow pulse of this ancient wonder encourages your own heart to slow, your thoughts to still, leading you deeper into the peaceful embrace of sleep. Now, as the last rays of the moon climb higher, painting the ancient stones in hues of silver and deep indigo, the air itself seems to hum with a gentle, unseen energy. The distant murmur of a hidden spring, a sound like liquid moonlight, softly echoes through the sacred groves, inviting a quiet calm. The grand, weathered pillars of the temple stand sentinel, their forms softened by the night, appearing almost as patient, sleeping giants. Within the tranquil courtyard, where ancient moss clings to cool marble, the air grows stiller. A subtle, sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine drifts on the barely there breeze, a fragrant whisper of peace. The world outside this hallowed space begins to recede, its concerns fading like morning mist before the sun. Here, within this sanctuary, only peace remains. Feel the profound stillness settling around you, a blanket of quiet, warm and comforting. The ancient stories embedded in these stones are now but soft murmurs in your mind, gentle companions on your journey to rest. The soft glow of hidden altars dims, becoming mere points of light, like distant stars. Allow your breath to deepen and lengthen, a slow, gentle rhythm matching the hush of this sacred place. There is nothing left to do, nowhere left to be, but here, in this quiet moment. Your eyelids grow heavy, your body sinks deeper into its comfortable embrace. The world dims, the sounds soften, and the gentle arms of sleep are ready to welcome you. Drift now peacefully into the sweet, restorative calm that awaits.